Madam Speaker, Rector of the University, Excellencies, Ambassadors, distinguished colleagues, academic and science community, professors, students, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most important institution of our state, and that is the Seimas, the Parliament of the Republic of Lithuania, and to the most important hall of this building. It is the Constitution Hall, as you see from this picture on the wall. This is the hall where we adopted the key document of the Republic of Lithuania, that is the Constitution of the Republic of Lithuania. You can see the original of the document right in this hall behind the glass. This document shows the vector of the development of our state. I am privileged to welcome you today on behalf of the Committee on Culture of the Seimas of the Republic of Lithuania. Our committee has contributed to the organization of this conference. I'm grateful for other organizers as well. I believe that this conference will provide us with some added value, because the culture for us does not mean only dances and songs or other form of entertainment, because culture is first and foremost the matter related to the identity of the state. As Wilfrid Laurier, a US ambassador, says, cultural diplomacy is the result of two preconditions. First, international relations can grow only in the area of understanding, and cultural diplomacy believes that art, education are the key ways to enter culture. Cultural diplomacy is the spectrum of cultural ideas. This spectrum can cover soft power, trademarks, propaganda, and public diplomacy as well. Cultural diplomacy functions by way of attracting people rather than forcing to do them something. Today, we are going to talk about cultural diplomacy, although in Lithuania for quite a few years we already hold formal cultural diplomacy relations. We have the Institute of Cultural Attaché, but today it's high time we started talking about the preparation of cultural diplomats for the future. This does not mean that previous cultural diplomats were not qualified enough, but I believe that we have to open a new chapter. We have to adopt a new approach towards the preparation of new cultural diplomats. Because Lithuania is well known in Lithuania not by its military power, but by its work in the field of culture. However, we need to adopt even higher measures, which means that we need to establish yet a more complex and more high level of education. It is the Vytautas Magnus University that was courageous enough to start preparing the specialists, and such acts by the university inspires me as a practicing artist and as a politician who works for the benefit of Lithuania. As far as I understand, cultural diplomacy is not only related to our cultural attachés. We have to look at the context of soft power. We have to ensure that the state has its strategy in such fields as cultural diplomacy, culture, education, networking, empowering society in cultural diplomacy, as well as we have to look at the boundaries of the cultural diplomacy. The Lithuanian cultural season in France in 2024 would be impossible without the work of our cultural attachés. We won't be able to implement similar programs without the efforts of our cultural diplomats. But we have to answer the question whether cultural diplomats could be prepared without the practical education on culture. I hope that the curriculum for the cultural diplomacy will soon be adopted at the university, so that university teachers and students have the variety of courses to choose. Cultural diplomacy allows the country to become more sustainable. The content of culture of the state forms the foundation of Lithuania. We have to ensure that we become a potent part in the world. As I conclude my welcome address, I'd like to mention yet another thing. Tom Jefferson in 1795 wrote, "It is very difficult to define cultural diplomacy, but if you see cultural diplomacy, you will definitely recognize it." Cultural diplomacy helps develop the understanding of the identity of the country. Cultural diplomacy helps promoting mutual understanding between the peoples and countries. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Thank you, dear guests. I wish fruitful conference, creative endeavors during the debate. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stay for the entire part of the conference, but I will be watching the conference online, and I am at your service. Thank you very much.